realize that I'm really behind on this whole Logan Paul, Jake Paul thing that's going on. I know that their beef is kind of squashed. Still not fully convinced that it wasn't just a publicity stunt, considering the fact that they had a full song and music video produced within like 4 days of their beef being started. But there is something I do want to look at with the Paul brothers, specifically Jake Paul. Now, Jake Paul is the one who made the It's Everyday Bro song and made the music video. He's that guy with like the Team 10. I'm still not exactly sure what the whole Team 10 thing is, but I don't know if you guys know about this. I'm extremely religious, and I want to take a look at the lyrics of Jake Paul's It's Everyday Bro song. So if you look at the first verse, the second line is that he got 5 million subscribers on YouTube within the first 6 months. Like or hate Jake Paul, this is a huge amount of people to gather in such a short following on a new website. Sure, he had a Vine, but 5 million people following him over to YouTube, that is a tremendous number. Now, if we go to another verse, he talks about how people were talking shit to him on Twitter, but I'm assuming a female still hit him up at 4:52 in the morning, and that he has the text to prove it. Now, many people thought this was a dig at, I'm assuming his ex-girlfriend, Alyssa Violet, but there's something deeper that we can definitely dive in with that. So it's weird that he picked the time 4:52 to be exact. Alright, now if you guys don't know the myth or the urban ties to the number 23, it basically states that if you were to add up any bad thing that's ever happened in the world, it'll somehow add up to the number 23. This may be a poor example, but if you guys don't understand what I'm trying to say, if you take 9/11 for example, 9/11 happened on September 11th, 2001. Now, if you were to add up 9 for the month of September, 11th for the day, 2 for the year, 00, and then add the last 1 for 2001, 9 plus 11 plus 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 1 equals the number 23. If you look at the lyrics, it says, "You hit my phone up last night." So if you take 4 and then times that by 5, and then add the 2 for the second minute of the 52, you get the number 22. Jake Paul must have went out of his way to make sure that it said "hit my phone up last night," because then that would mean it would be 16:52 if you count it in military time. And let's do the math. 16 plus 5 equals 21 plus 2 equals 23, meaning that Jake Paul explicitly made that number, that being the time that someone hit his phone up, so that it would add up to the number 23. Just another hidden message hidden within this song. Another thing people usually get slipped up on is the fact that he said, "And I just dropped some new merch, and it's selling like a god church." Many people don't understand what he's supposed to be even saying here. A lot of people think it's because a lot of people go to church and a lot of people are sold on the idea of religion. But this lyric can actually be traced back to a dark time in America's past. So if you guys don't know anything about the Salem witches inside of America, basically it was a time in Salem, Massachusetts, where they would go out on witch hunts because many people believed that there were witches that were causing bad things to happen to the town. And what people actually referred to these witches as doing is selling out God through the church, and that they were trying to convert people to worship Satan by giving people money outside of churches. And then they would take the people into the woods and either use them as human sacrifices, or they would convert them to worshiping Satan instead of God. So basically, these lyrics aren't just something botched that Jake couldn't think of anything else to write. It was created based on the Salem witch trials, and it's referring to the witches who would basically buy and sell humans in exchange for eternal life with their lord, Satan. Jake then also refers to the fact that he is originally from Ohio. Now, Ohio has a lot of weird history, especially with satanic worship. Now, Jake Paul is originally from Cleveland, Ohio. Now, another popular, and one of the only other popular cities inside of Ohio, is Cincinnati. Now, the distance between Cincinnati and Cleveland is actually 249.8 miles, and if you add that up, 2 plus 4 plus 9 plus 8 equals 23. And one of the very popular attractions with Satanists, or just people who are looking for like an urban adventure, is the satanic site of Satan's Hollow inside of Cincinnati. You guys can look it up for yourselves, but basically Satan Hollow is this place tucked inside woods in Ohio, and it's believed to be a portal to hell. Now, I really don't have any reason to be bringing up Satan's Hollow and Cleveland and Cincinnati just off the top of my head. There really isn't that much of a connection until you look at the next lyrics. He then says, "The tattoo just for fun." And from here, I want to go to another verse that everyone's been tripped up about. They don't know the actual lyrics of. It's by Nick Crompton, and it's when he says, "Yes, I can rap. No, I'm not from Compton. England is my city." Now, a lot of people were very confused at why he was saying England is my city, for the obvious reason that England is a country and England, isn't a city. He was just fishing for lyrics, but it actually goes deeper than that. If you look at the lyrics, England is my city. Now, if you were to think of a popular city in England, you would probably think of Manchester. Now, the funny thing about Manchester being the first city that pops into your head when you think of England is that is the only city inside of England that starts with the letter M. Now, there are a lot of small towns and stuff that start with the letter M, but Manchester is the only major city inside of England that starts with the M. Probably the reason that Nick Crompton put so much emphasis on the "my" portion. Now, you guys might just be thinking I'm going off on a tangent because I've run out of things to talk about, but we've already said that he emphasized the "ma" sound when he said England to make you think of Manchester. And what does Manchester have to do with anything? Let's go back to the lyrics, "The tattoo's just for fun." If you look at Manchester things to do, a very popular tattoo parlor comes up, and the name of that tattoo parlor is called Satan's Hollow. The same exact name as the Gate to Hell located in Cincinnati. Now, I could break this video down 1,000 more times for you guys, but I feel like there really won't be that many people who are seeing the parallels between this. So I'm just going to play one last portion of the song for you. Listen to the lyrics, and then I'm going to just play them backwards, and I want you to hear the secret message hidden inside of it.
Every day, bro. It's every day, bro. It's every day, bro. I said it's every day, bro. You're vested, it's our man. You're vested. You're vested. You're vested.
If you guys weren't convinced before watching this video, I believe that there is a lot of evidence and proof that shows that Jake Paul wrote this song. It was terrible, but he has an allegiance of followers. He has, like he said, 5 million people that have followed him within the first 6 months of him making content on YouTube. And why is it that he was able to build such a clique and large following so fast? It's because Jake Paul has an allegiance to Satan. Jake Paul is just one of Satan's pawns that he is using to try to convert kids to worshiping himself. I really hope that this video opens a lot of people's eyes and shows the parallels between Jake Paul and other people who are used and controlled by Satan to gain power within the world. Thank you guys so much for watching, and like I said, I hope this opens some people's eyes. Until next time, guys, I'll see you in my next video.